I welcome you all cordially to this Red Hat Academy mega conference. I invite to our esteemed speakers, Mr. Deepak Misra, who is CEO.
Good evening, all students, professors, and my esteemed guest, Mr. Ramesh Padmanabhan and Amal Matai. So while we have a packed agenda today, I just need to make sure that we all get to know each other really well, and I'll try to get you what you wanted from this particular program, is giving you guidance, support for your career, as well as if nothing, then at least get you eligible for being employed in the IT industry. So let me talk about my first guest today evening. He is Mr. Ramesh Padmanabhan. I knew Ramesh for many years at least. And today, as I speak, Ramesh is the Director of Global Learning Services, GLS India and SAARC countries, Red Hat India. So Ramesh is bringing more than 25 years of experience in IT and education industry, especially on people management, mentoring, supporting academies, and helping academies to bridge the skill gap. Ramesh has worked on different technology areas, started his career with the training like Uptake, IIHT, Wipro, and he went on to the delivery, and today he's leading Red Hat GLS, and at the same time he had a lot of leadership roles in past. He started as a lecturer. I resonate quite a lot with him when I started my career as a lecturer. So welcome Ramesh, being the educator, being the ex-CEO, current director in Red Hat, and as I always hear about you, that if you never say no, and you did not say no to our invitation for today's mega event. And I believe you will enlighten the students as a mentor, as a leader, how they can shape their career. Ramesh, welcome to you.
Thank you very much. So I will take over. This is my session now.
You can share your screen and it's all yours.
Okay, fantastic. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my dear boys and girls. So 470 students. Wow, that's really good. I'm very humbled with the type of introduction Deepak has given me. I know Deepak from more than 15 years. So we worked with multiple organizations in the past where we crossed the tables, crossed the bars, and then we worked. So from a long time, in fact, from maybe I can say 2006, 7, and things like that. So COSS is an organization. I've been known this organization for many years. They're doing a wonderful job. They're having a lot of association with a lot of colleges, and then they're also working pretty well in the industry, especially in the open source. The name comes from their company name, open source organization, because it's called as Complete Open Source Solutions. COSS stands for Complete Open Source. So good evening, boys and girls. I'm really excited and happy that there are a lot of college students here, and these college students are really looking for a career opportunity in their life. Of course, everybody will be interested and keen to know where I can get a job, what certification I need to do, apart from doing my regular standard engineering or the degree holders and things like that. So this is the time. Next 35-40 minutes, I want all of you to please focus on my presentation. And as Nitya very clearly mentioned in the beginning, you are having some goodies, some branded goodies from Red Hat. So these branded goodies, if you listen to my presentation carefully, or all the 3 presentations carefully, you have a set of 10-15 questions at the end of this session. and you answer the questions, the top 10 resources will be getting a goodie from our end. So this is the promise. So please be alert. But of course, more than alert for a goodie or a prize winning, it is more important for your careers. That's the idea that I want to showcase. And I know we are all passing through a pandemic, a very rare situation, and all of you are working from home or sitting from your home and attending this particular session. So I want to emphasize once again the basic norms. Please, please wear your masks effectively because we are still not completely out of this pandemic. Please maintain the social distance because we are all educated people and we need to maintain that very importantly. And follow all the restrictions required to be safe citizen of India and help in eradicating this particular pandemic completely out of India as well as out of world. Having said that, considering we are all working in internet world, we are all working in this particular environment, I want to switch off my video and then focus on my presentation so that there could be some broadband connectivity issues. So having my video as well as having my presentation could be a little challenge. So let me put off my video and start sharing my screen. So can somebody confirm you're able to see my screen?
Yes, Ramesh.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. So the title says Red Hat Career Opportunities with Red Hat Technologies. So what is Red Hat? What are the basic technologies that if you build awareness and build knowledge, you can really get a lot of mileage. I will explain you a lot of things through examples as far as possible. Please bear with me for next 30 minutes. I'm sure it will be an exciting one. So now, what is Red Hat? Red Hat is an organization or a company which started long back in 1993, 105 locations, 40 different countries, 85 different offices. We are close to about 18,000 people now. So we are from North Carolina, that's the headquarter, and our CEO is Paul Cormier. So we are very proud to say that we are the #1 enterprise open source technology company. And the next company, #2, is almost 10 times smaller than us. So we are 10 times bigger than the #2 company. So today I'm very proud to say that 90% of the Fortune 500 companies, 90%, this is very critical, Fortune 500 companies are working on Red Hat products and solutions. Today I'm very proud to say that there are more than 80 products or solutions that we offer from Red Hat. There are about 60 plus courses, 49 different certifications. Once upon a time, this company was called as an open source community company, but today we are happy to say that we are one of the largest open source enterprise organization. You may be a little surprised. What is this community company, enterprise company? Let me understand what is this enterprise, what is the community. Whenever a group of people works in the development of a technology or a product, that's called open source. So the group of people could be yourself, myself, anybody for that matter. Okay. So the company which is involved or the people we are involved in working together, building these projects. Today, I'm very proud to say that we work with more than 1 million projects, 1 million projects. That's huge. And what Red Hat does is Red Hat adopts these products or technology, brand it with Red Hat, and give the support in the form of a subscription. That means we don't pay for the software, we don't pay for the technology, we only pay for the subscription. Just like how you are having a Tata Sky subscription, you don't pay for the satellite, you don't pay for the channel hosting, you only pay for the service. Or you take a Ola cab, you don't pay for the driver's salary, nor you pay for the petrol, diesel, or the car cost. You only pay for the service from end to end. In the same way, Red Hat also charges to its customers on the subscription by adopting a lot of technologies, starting from enterprise Linux, virtualization, OpenStack platform, storage, satellite, middleware, OpenShift. It could be Linux operating system, or it could be cloud forms, Ansible automation platforms, and things like that. So, and then into the depth of these technologies, you can find a lot of more products. And that's how we are working with about 1 million projects. So you might be a little surprised. Red Hat is already acquired by IBM. What happens to my certification? If I take a Red Hat certification, is there any impact? Absolutely no. Red Hat still remains as Red Hat. There is no difference between a Red Hat technology certified, you remain as a Red Hat certified resource. So IBM, of course, is our parent company, but they remain as our parent. They don't merge. So our certifications will never get dissolved. So in Red Hat, we are having multiple verticals. One of the vertical is called as Global Learning Services. That's what which I head, which is called as training and certification. So we work with almost like 100 plus partners in India. So one of the partner that we are representing today in this mega conclave event, which is called as COSS. So we offer almost like 60 courses, 45 plus certifications. We also work with almost 700 plus, it's close to 800 now, 800 colleges, which are also called as Red Hat academies. And we work with some universities as well. The product lines that are offered in the form of a technology starts from Linux platform. Linux is our core platform organization, and followed by we have application development in the middleware. We have cloud computing as well as DevOps. So DevOps, you might have heard, top 4 technologies in the world today, emerging technologies, falls under DevOps, starting from Ansible. The next one is OpenShift, containers, and Kubernetes. So these 4 top technologies are part of the DevOps. Of course, there are several other tools, but these are some of the top tools and technologies in the market. So how do we deliver these trainings? We deliver trainings in the learning services in the form of classroom training. That means just like a Gurukul, standard Gurukul, conventional Gurukul method where the infrastructure inside the 4 walls, students are inside the 4 walls, the faculty is inside the 4 walls, the interactive sessions happens inside the 4 walls. That was the conventional way, which is called as classroom training. That was the trend. That was the trend. Of course, while customer says, customer like Accenture or a Cognizant or a Ericsson, they say, can you please come to our premises and deliver? Yes, we do it as on-site trainings. That was the trend. So classroom and on-site. Now, pandemic, the COVID-19 situation has taught us a lesson. So very rarely we conduct classroom sessions in the last 1.5 to 2 years. Everything has become virtual. Had it been 2 years back, when Deepak invited me for this event, I would have physically been on a stage and all the students sitting in front of me, I would have been talking. Today, world has taught us a lesson, we are all completely digital. So that's where even the trainings, so we create a virtual classroom, students are virtually present inside the classroom, faculty is virtually present inside the classroom, cloud labs are present as an infrastructure virtually inside the classroom. So everything is virtual. This is called as virtual training. Even in colleges today, we happen to deliver virtual trainings. In case if a particular student or a particular person is unavailable for attending a virtual training, he can go through some pre-recorded video classroom, which we call it as video classroom trainings. And if he wants a set of video classroom trainings, we give him a learning subscription where he can learn anything and everything from that. And somebody says, I don't need a virtual classroom or a video classroom. Rather, give me a material. I will read myself, practice myself, and then write my own exams. That's called as online learning. So these are the ways of trainings that we do. And certification is very, very critical. Unless and until you are certified. If I say today that I'm an engineer, I don't have a certificate. I have not written my engineering exam. I did not pass it. But I know all the engineering subject knowledge. Nobody will consider me as an engineer. If you know how to drive a car, are you eligible to go on the road? Absolutely no. If I know how to fly a flight, can I become a pilot without being certified? Absolutely no. So certification is very, very critical, especially students when they want to get onto a job role. So Your engineering degree is very critical. Same way, if you want to work on a Red Hat, you need a Red Hat certification. So those certifications, earlier days, we used to do it through classroom. We come to your premises, a Red Hat certified examiner used to come to your premises, conduct the exams. Today, we are doing for one at a time in the form of a kiosk individual testing center. But most importantly, we have switched to remote exams. A student can write exam from wherever he is with his own computer, with an internet connectivity. Of course, we need some peripherals additional. But this is the change that we have brought in the last 1 year or so. So these are the different ways of testing. Of course, classroom exams are restarting again, but individual testing center and remote exams are the one which is running very, very classic as 100. Okay, now, Ramesh, you told me about what is Red Hat, very good. And then what is certification, what all ways we train, that's also good. Now tell me, what is the subject that I have to learn? Here is the subject called as Linux. Why is Linux important? What is the subject? So a gentleman by name Linus Torvalds built the first Linux operating system kernel. Kernel is nothing but the registry, the main code which enables an operating system to become an interface. So this was done way back in 1991. He released this operating system, a computer operating system, to the internet free of cost. That's why it's called as free and open source software. Why is it called open source? Because the code is open. You can make modifications to the code the way you want and use it for yourself. Whereas, for example, if you look at many other operating systems in the market today, you cannot change the code. The code remains proprietary to that particular organization. You cannot change the main core code. You can make a lot of visual changes which are predefined, but you cannot change the original code. So here in a Linux operating system, which is provided by this gentleman Linus, which is a Unix-based operating system, that's why the name Linux. It can run on any platform, any hardware, almost any hardware platform, but predominantly this particular product became popular after Red Hat took over, and then we started using it on servers, primarily because there are a lot of benefits, a lot of reliability, especially virus cannot attack on this. So today, even in embedded processors and systems, wherever these embedded processors are used, Linux operating system is one of the key operating system running in the market today. And Linux is said to be one of the fastest growing operating systems today in the world. You might have heard about multiple Linux distributions like Debian, Ubuntu, Fedora, or OpenSUSE, but Red Hat is an enterprise. It completely stands out because it's used in enterprise. So now you can be surprised, Ramesh, I have not come across any Linux anywhere. Yes, of course. But where is this Linux? Let me explain. This picture is very interesting picture. You can see in the right hand side bottom, there is a car. That's nothing but a hired car. It could be a Ola cab or a Uber cab, even Ola Auto. The entire GPS system today in the world is running on Linux platform. There is a bank, ATM. You can go to any bank, any ATM, and then draw money from any of the credit or a debit card. You need not even go to a Kotak Mahindra bank ATM to draw a money. You can go to Axis Bank or any other bank ATM. This entire platform runs on Linux. You can see there is electricity board in every city. These electricity board distribute power to multiple roads, multiple lanes. There could be a high tension cable. How is this power management done? Linux operating system. Manufacturing of high-end cars, which runs on artificial intelligence. The entire high-end car management system runs on Linux platform. The medical and pharmaceutical manufacturing industry, how many tablets required in which area is populated with more diabetic patients. So what is the count of tablet? Entire thing managed by Linux operating system. The telecommunication industry today, it could be Airtel or Vodafone and things like that. The entire network management system is done by Linux platform. The navigation system in the ocean, or in the sky when the aeroplanes fly, the entire navigation system, including the height and altitude and the directions, are managed by Linux platforms. Rocket launching systems, or even satellites are run today with the Linux operating systems. Now you got a fair idea. Where is Linux? Linux is everywhere. Okay, Ramesh. Now you said, okay, Linux is everywhere. What type of job roles will I get after finishing my Linux certification? Fantastic question. So our first certification is called as a Red Hat Certified System Administrator. So the name terminology, when it says Certified System Administrator, you may be a little apprehensive. Okay, that means I'm going to become a Certified System Administrator. Oh, I'm not interested in certification, in system administration, sir. So I want to become a blockchain or a full stack developer, cloud computing head, IoT specialist, cyber security, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, software engineer, software developer. Sir, for any of these backgrounds, Linux operating system knowledge will surely help you. Okay, Ramesh, what type of package? I'm not promising a big package. A starting package in the range of 4 to 5 lakhs is for sure. And this is not Red Hat information. This is the Google information. You can search for it. Of course, the numbers could be a little variable, but it is on the higher side as on date. Even companies like Cognizant, IBM, Infosys gives the salary packages anything above 4, 5 or about 9 lakhs. Fantastic. Now, what is the certification? I already told you, you cannot board a flight if you know the pilot is not a certified resource. 100%. I'm not well, let's assume, and I have blood pressure. If I want to check, so somebody says, I know how to test the blood pressure with a machine, but I'm not a doctor. Sorry, sir. Let me go to a doctor. So in the same way, when infrastructure on the data center, on the cloud infrastructure should be handed over to you, and you are expected to manage the hardware, would the company not prefer you to be certified? 100%. The moment you are certified, yes, you will have a lot of value along with your degree. If you are having 1, 2 or 3 certifications, I don't expect you to do 45 certifications, but at least 2 or 3. The opportunity in the career to get a job opportunity is a real high. Let me take an example. In this year, during March month, Red Hat recruited about 20 people. And these 20 people came from our own colleges where they are Red Hat Academy, RHA colleges. So one college I visited during the month of March, and I created a brochure because from that college, 2 students got enrolled in Red Hat. So I was very happy. I created a small brochure. I went and met the dean and the principal of the college. I mentioned, ma'am, please see, these are the 2 students who is working in Red Hat. They were your students earlier, just last year pass out, and we recruited them because they are Red Hat certified. Oh, madam was very happy. She was fantastic. She told, fantastic, Ramesh, 2 recruitments in your company. So she's insisting, Ramesh, 2 recruitments in your company. Wow, good. But one question I have, we certified 90 people in Red Hat last year, but you have recruited only 2. Why? Why can't you give me more recruitments? Madam, I have an answer. When I asked your training placement officer to give profiles, he gave me only 2. Ask him why he did not give me more. I would have recruited more people. Ask him why he did not give me more. She asked, Senthil, please tell me why you gave only 2 profiles. Madam, actually, 88 people already recruited before Red Hat came to us in Cognizant, Wipro, Accenture, TCS. So only 2 profile left out, madam. That I gave it to Red Hat and Red Hat fulfilled. Now I am 100%. All 90 certified Red Hat certified people are already placed. This is the reality. So we need not have to recruit you always. The jobs are open. Already it's open. The moment you are part of a learning community, there is a community called as learning community. You please become member of that learning community. prepare for your certification, Red Hat certification. The moment you are a member of learning community, you prepare for Red Hat and you pass the exam. You can just post your resume in the learning community telling, I am a Red Hat certified resource. I completed my degree. You see how the responses come. So we need not have to recruit you. That is the value of certification. If you are just learned, it's insufficient. If you are learned with the certification, yes. You may ask me a question, Ramesh. Today there are so many other OEMs in the market. I can certify there as well. I can certify in A platform or a B or a C. Why Red Hat? So there is no difference. Yes, I totally agree with you. You can do any certification. My recommendation, please do some certification. Having said that, there is some benefits when you do Red Hat certification. You get hired faster. Your job retention within the company will be very high. You get a lot of promotions, network opportunities, new, and you will be at par with the current technology. So during this pandemic period, during last year, one of the IT giants organization, team lead is my friend, a good friend. He came to me. He told me, Ramesh, I have 30 people in my organization. My boss is telling because of the pandemic, I have to cut down these 30 people to 25. That means 5 people have to give pink slip and send. How should I do? What should I do? How can I do this? This is really embarrassing, but I don't have a choice. Do you have a suggestion? How do I do it? I told very simple. You ask these people to get certified. Whoever is having upgradation skills consistently, keep them. One who did not get certified in the last 2 years or last 1 year, you can give them the pink slip. So that was very much justified because it was very difficult and embarrassing for him to say a particular person, please take your pink slip. Then he did an evaluation. Even their management team appreciated him, telling that, okay, you did a judicious job. So to be at par and keep the professional credibility, being certified consistently, I'm not talking about Red Hat in particular, but overall, getting certified consistently is very, very critical. Then you can always reach your personal goals. This is the requirement of the world today. Okay, when you have so many certifications available in the market, why Red Hat? How can I take benefit out of Red Hat? Here is what I want to say. There are so many certifications and they are all outsourced to a third party like Prometric Center, VUE Center, Pearson Center, and things like that. Red Hat does not believe in any third party. We always certify by ourselves. Even when our partner comes for conducting a certification exam, the examiner will be a Red Hatter or the proctor will be a Red Hatter. That is the way we own the responsibility of certifying people. We have certified examiners or certified proctors. We don't believe in third party. Okay, MCQ exams. Every exam in the market today is MCQ. Most of the IRLs, I can say 98-99% of the exams are MCQ. That means you are given a question and you have 4 choices. You have to pick one of them. Correct answer. So, but our exams, Red Hat exams, are not MCQ exams. They are not easy. But with the difficulty, there is a lot of value. They are called as performance-based exams. Let me take an example. So let's assume I've given an opportunity from Ericsson as an organization. Ericsson is a company, telco company. You know that, right? So Ericsson company gives me an opportunity, says that, okay, Ramesh, I want to hire a break dancer. Sir, I am a break dancer. Okay, I am appearing for this interview. In the interview, they say, Ramesh, are you certified break dancer? Please bring a certificate. Then I will give you a job guarantee. So now I know break dance. So I go to a ABC Dance Academy and ask them, sir, I know break dance. Can you please certify me? The company says, okay, please come. I will give you 50 questions. Answer them within 75 minutes. I will grade you and give you a pass or a fail. Okay, question number 1. Can you please show out of the 4 pictures, which one is a moonwalk step? So I'm a break dancer. I know which is a moonwalk step. I can just select it. Question number 2. Can you pick up which of the following videos is a mirror cleaning step? So I know which is mirror cleaning step. I watch the videos. I select B is the right answer, for example. Next question. Which amongst the three options given below is a rope pulling step? In breakdown, there is something called as a rope pulling step. So I know the answer because I've seen dance many a times. So I say like this, I pass. I mean, I clear all the 50 questions within 75 minutes, and then I got 98%. Wow, 98%. Then I go and submit this certificate to Ericsson. Ericsson says, okay, come in. What is my job? Break dancer. What should I do? Morning, do dance in the data center. Break dance. Afternoon, do breakdance in the conference room in front of your colleagues. Evening, do breakdance in the seminar hall in front of the clients. This is my job, breakdance, morning, evening, afternoon. I have to keep on doing breakdance. Now, with this certification of MCQ, multiple choice questions, do you guarantee that I can do a good job? Nobody tested my skill. They only tested me in an MCQ way. Okay, let's pause that example. Go back one step. I go to Red Hat Dance Academy and ask them, sir, can you please certify as me as a breakdancer because I know breakdance? Red Hat says, okay, sir, please come, sit down. I will not give you 20, 30, 40, 60 questions. I'll give you only 12 questions. Question number 1. I'm a breakdancer. If you are a breakdancer, can you please show me what is a moonwalk step? Perform. Please perform in front of me, sir. Now, the student has to perform. If he doesn't do correctly, I'll say, sir, excuse me, please hold on. This is a wrong step. Shall I show you how to do it? So this is the right way it has to be performed. Now, go and practice again for another 15 days. Once you become thorough, come back, sir, I will certify you. Second question, sir, can you please show me the mirror cleaning step? Literally, he has to perform and do. That is why Red Hat exams are performance-based exams. We perform. Now, what is my job? Morning data, I have to go in the data center and do breakdance. Afternoon in the conference room in front of my own colleagues, do breakdance. Evening, do it in the seminar hall in front of the customer. When I get certified from Red Hat Academy, I am sure to perform because they have tested me physically how I am doing it. So instead of breakdance, call it as system administration. Remove the word breakdance, replace it with system administration. So Ericsson as a company is looking for hiring a system administrator, certified system administrator. And when I am certified from Red Hat, there is an authenticity. Oh, this gentleman really knows it because Red Hat will not certify hanky-panky people by doing MCQs. They certify genuinely by giving an exam practical based. It is not a 60-minute, 90-minute. It's a 3 to 4 hours exam. We don't believe in giving hundreds of questions. It's only 10, 12 or 15 questions. You attend a classroom exam, you attend a kiosk exam, you attend a remote exam. Everywhere it is the same performance-based exam. And this certification, you give your cert ID. There is a unique identification number, cert identity number. That cert ID, you give it to Ericsson. Ericsson can go to Red Hat website, put the cert ID. They will come to know Ramesh Padmanabhan, how many times he attempted which exam, how many times he failed, how many times he passed, what is his history. Everything is visible to anybody. I don't claim that 100% every student will pass. No, sir. Only 65 to 70% passes. But those 65 to 70%, genuinely they know how to work on our product. This is the value of our certification. And not that we say, okay, last certification is only meant for practical based or performance based. All other 44 certifications are MCQ. No, sir. First exam is also performance based. Last exam is also performance based. Every exam is performance based. This is the value the market knows. That is why today, when I ask for a certified resource from a college says, sir, I have only 2 profiles. Although they have certified 90 people in the last 1 year. Why? Because those people are already placed somewhere. This is the value of certification. Today, I bet in the market, there is more than 1 lakh job opportunities in Linux automation. How many people we certify in a year? Less than 10,000 people. So the demand is 1 lakh, the supply is 10,000. Where is the opportunity? When we were studying in our colleges, we never had these types of opportunities. I appeared for a opportunity in a company called as Kirloskar. there were 500 openings. There were 50,000 people who wrote the online exam. 50,000 people for a 500 opening. Today, 1 lakh openings. Certifications are done at 10,000. The supply to demand is huge. That's where I'm interested to come and talk to you people. Please make up your mind and start writing and working in the Red Hat certification areas. Which sector? You can ask me, Ramesh, I'm not interested to get into IT organization. Sir, I'm not asking you to get into IT organization. See the sectors. You can work in internet industry, finance industry, insurance industry, healthcare industry, airlines industry. Oh my God, it's a gamut of offerings. You see the names of the companies, you can get into a government job. So today, the NTPC organization, ONGC organization.
Ramesh, I think we lost you.
Hello, you can hear me?
You can, Ramesh. You can go ahead.
Sorry, I think Anish said he lost me. Am I clear? Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible. Very much.
Sorry, sir. Okay. Okay, so what I'm saying is even government organizations, it could be IRCTC, it could be Aadhaar, it could be Indian Railways, NASA, everywhere there's job opportunity, even in Indian Army, Indian Defense, or it could be Indian Navy or even the Indian Air Force. Everywhere we are using Linux operating systems. So in the beginning of the presentation, I mentioned 90% of the Fortune 500 companies, they are relying on Red Hat. Now I am saying 100% of the airlines companies are working on Red Hat technologies. 100% of the telco companies or 100% of the healthcare or commercial banks or government projects, they're working on Red Hat technologies. So this is very, very smart slide. You can see the world runs smart with Linux. May it be the telecom industry, or it could be any transportation industry, the film industry, or the aquatic industry. You see the last one. The second row, there is a boy holding a globe. Right below the boy, you read the sentence there. Google company, Amazon company, Microsoft company, they also rely on Linux for cloud services. Wow, what else do you need? These companies today are partners with us. They want their servers to be hosted on Linux platforms in the cloud services. So today you are all students, my dear boys and girls. My recommendation. So let me take an example. Whenever you are having a choice number one, the company is giving you a salary. That's it. Choice number two, the company gives you a salary. They give you a transportation, as well as they give coffee and snacks during the office hours 2 times. Or come option 3, they give a salary, they give transportation, coffee, tea. Once in a year, they give one allowance for you to celebrate your birthday or anniversary or something like that. Then you also get twice a year increments and things like that. Or they'll give you a travel allowance. So when you get option 1, same salary, option 2 plus, option 3 plus. Which one you like? You would like option 3 or at least option 2, not an option 1. Why? This is called as value add. Sir, one day I may miss a breakfast at home, so I don't mind. I'll go to office and have some snacks there. Yeah, this is the opportunity. I cannot drive every day because even during driving, I can utilize my time to talk to a friend or talk to my business. So I have a cab facility available. So this is called as value add. Today, the world is running on value add. Same way, when I come to your college for a recruitment, I have a student with 68% or a student with 66% and 1 certification, or a student with 62% with 3 certifications. I prefer the 62% student with 3 certifications because that's the value add. Today, if I don't get the value add, absolutely I will not take recruitments. Even if I have 10 students, 10 recruitments, all of them are in the range of 60, 61, 61, 60. But I have some 10 students who are 70%. I prefer that 60 student because he is also having a value added certificate with him. So today, Linux is one of the core skills for most of the IT professionals. And it's not necessary, if I want to get into Red Hat Linux, I should be a computer science graduate. 100% no. Even students with ITI or a polytechnic, BA, BCom, BSc, MBA, MCom, even BTech with computer science or electronics or mechanical engineering or civil or anything like that. Everybody gets an opportunity. And for your information, I will give you some surprising information now. Myself, Ramesh Padmanabhan, I am a BE, Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering. I am a mechanical engineer. But today I am very proud to say that I am heading a division or an organization as a director position handling this business, because what is required in the IT, global certification and your technical skills should be at par with the requirement. That is what is mattering, not about your degree alone. So now you should be very proud from your colleges and partners like COSS, because COSS is bringing Red Hat Academy into your campus. So what is taught in the college compared to what is required in the industry, there is a huge gap. That is where you should be blessed to be part of your college, which is an Red Hat Academy. So, and partners like COSS are associating with you and building this strategy. So once your college is in a Red Hat Academy, you get 50% discount on certification. That's the subsidy that we provide. And for faculty members, it will be 75% discount. Apart from that, we also give free access to HTML content. This content is actually a paid service to all other customers outside. But since you are a campus student, this is what we offer. So discounted exams for students and instructors. Exams will be conducted within your premises. And of course, we come regularly for hiring and recruitment services, not only from Red Hat, but also from other organizations. When last time TCS announced that they have 1 lakh opportunities for freshers, we asked them how many you need in Red Hat. So they mentioned they want 2,000 in Red Hat. Okay, fantastic. So we are announcing that communication to the colleges and inviting those TCS people once you have certified resources within your organization. Of course, in the pandemic period, we are also giving some free labs to the students, because students are unable to come to college and college is unable to host a lab service in the internet. So that's where we host the lab service and give it as a service to you, free of cost. So once you are trained, we are not offering all the 60 courses to the college student, but there is system administration level 1, level 2, level 3. Or if you are interested in cloud computing, you will get OpenStack administration and containers, Kubernetes introduction and OpenShift, introduction to Red Hat OpenShift. Similarly, if you are interested in application development using middleware as a development tool, yes, we have application development 1 programming in Java, application development implementing microservices architecture. And once you get certified, this is the terminology: Red Hat Certified System Administrator, Red Hat Certified Engineer, Red Hat Certified Enterprise Application Developer, Red Hat Certified Enterprise Microservices Developer, or Red Hat Certified Specialist in Containers and Kubernetes Examination. So these are some of the titles that you get after you get certified. So what I want to say is, please press your pedal on the accelerator. Start learning your engineering first. That's most priority. But apart from that, please start thinking about certifying yourself. You can certify any technology. I am not inclined towards Red Hat, but having said that, I already told you what are the benefits of certifying in Red Hat. So don't worry, it's a system administrator, certified system administrator, that becomes the gateway for you. You can be a container specialist, data scientist, DevOps specialist, or database expert, solution architect, or it could be a machine learning or system administrator, any type of a job. Entry point, entrance, like a foundation, Linux can be used. That's all I have. Deepak, I'm so sorry. I think I extended a little, maybe about 4-5 minutes more than what it was stipulated, but I think students were engaged with this delivery.
Yeah, so Ramesh, you are always that passionate, bringing a student's life onto the technology, and that's what I can draw the moonwalk analogy which you brought into the certification. So I think that would make every student understand that, okay, why skill-based certifications are required in the industry, and while Red Hat, contribute to the academy, onto the content, onto the certification, the performance-based lab exam, and sending instructor and examiners to the college. When I'm on the other side of the table, I consume them. Okay, as a organization founder and running the IT services out of Bangalore and Hyderabad and several cities of the world, I do see that how the supply shortage is, creating uh, the lack of opportunity in the employment, right? So we have two kind of problem in the world. We have millions of students getting graduated every year, and we have thousands of job which is unfilled in IT, and we don't have somebody who can bridge that. And thanks for empowering us, um, guiding the students to pick up the right training and right certification so that they are industry ready. I hope, okay, many would resonate to their experience and their career.
Thank you, Deepak. Thank you very much.
Most welcome. Okay, so with this, I have my next speaker, and next speaker is not only an educator but also a friend of mine, and he's fondly called as an avid open source technologist. Uh, I do relate my initial career where I used to go to the colleges, universities, and distribute books and participate in those open source conversation and the debate. Uh, my guest, Mr. Amal Mathai, is the technical delivery manager for Red Hat training in India and South Asia. He is an open source enthusiast. He's fascinated himself during his technical education about uh, last decade and a half, having the IT experience, have worked. I personally know him. Okay, well, he was into the training. He also got into the research and development for IT organizations, and his contribution to open source means in those decade old relationship, I have seen that, okay, he has contributed immensely onto the open source. So with more than 12 years experience in consulting, as an instructor, as an examiner, as a technical delivery manager, holding a portfolio of all the examiners in SAC Nation, I must say that, okay, he is a role model to many of us. He is also a Red Hat certified architect in the Red Hat certification, and he's also the first Ansible certified professional, which I will never forget. Amal introducing Ansible to India. So without much delay, let me ask Amal to enlighten all of us, or all of you guys, uh, what steps you take in education to kickstart your career, and he is the best to tell you what is needed. Over to you, Amal.
Alrighty. Thank you, Deepak. I'm humbled by that great introduction which you have given me. Can I just confirm you can hear me, see me, and see my screen as well?
Yes, Amal.
Brilliant. Thanks, Ramesh, for kickstarting the conversation. And I've seen many comments that you have been very engaging and not a boring presentation which you have done. Maybe I'm not fit enough to step into your shoes and making it as interesting as possible. As Deepak mentioned, the analogy of break dancing can go well with our esteemed audience we have this evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm here to take not more time, but maybe around next 15, 20 minutes about what Ramesh has spoken, and of course, what Deepak has to speak to you. I would be focusing more on you have an academy program which you have heard from Ramesh. You have seen what Red Hat Enterprise Linux does and what is the market share, the Fortune 500 companies using it. Um, and then what you have in the future, right? What kind of jobs you may get, what kind of industries you may get employed in. I'm here to talk about how Red Hat certifications can help and connect these dots of you getting certified, what's the benefit you get, and what's the benefit the Red Hat customers get in terms of your future employers. I'm making an attempt here with the help of IDC, Forrester Study and Research and Surveys, and I hope you will find it useful. Ramesh has already taken you through the slide. I will just run you through very quickly about what Red Hat is and what is that we do. 16,000 plus employees, it would have gone a few thousands up than 16K. More than 90% of the Fortune 500 companies use Red Hat products and solutions. And as Ramesh mentioned, we started off, I'm proud to be associated with Red Hat for around 15, 16 years now. And then I still remember when I joined Red Hat in India, hardly there were a few people who could sit in a single floor, maybe a small office, a medium-sized office. And if you look at India population of Red Hat itself today, it's going to run into thousands. And not just an enthusiast or a community-based company. We are the first open source company to hit 3 billion USD in terms of revenue. And that's a great achievement personally for me, for the open source community, for Red Hat as a brand, which brings a lot of open source solutions to its customers. Now, we are talking about the sector-wise Fortune 500 companies. So if you take the retail sector, if you take the communication, the telco sector, the media companies, or the banks, the BFSIs, if you look into the Fortune 500 companies who belong to retail, communication, media, and banking, 100% of these Fortune 500 companies in each of these sectors are associated with Red Hat in one way or other as a customer consuming Red Hat's solutions. Now, maybe this may not be a very interesting slide for you during the time when you are going through your BTech, BSc, BCA, or any kind of courses where we read a lot of textbooks, we think about a lot of things and try to put them into practice. But when you are just getting out of the college, and when you look at the employability you have, the skills which you possess, and where do you find that job? As Deepak was mentioning about 10K engineers, and we still have thousands of job openings yet to be filled. This makes absolute sense. Ultimately, it's all about do you find a place to show or to showcase your skills, and that really matters. That where can you find yourself suitable to excel in what you like and what you like to do and what you like to perform. Well, I have put a few logos here. Well, I couldn't have added all the logos here, but a few familiar logos which you find. This is a set of logos which I've collected from our Asia Pacific customers, because we belong to a part of the world where which is India and a few countries close to us, rather than taking the Europe or the North American market. And you may find very many familiar logos here, and they're all our customers. Well, I think this can help you relate a lot with, hey, I find my favorite brand as a Red Hat customer, which means it makes sense for me to be skilled in that technology so that I get a job opportunity there. I have an opening there. I would say that, well, Red Hat was not at all in my list of employers when I was doing my engineering, but definitely yes. The automobile market was one of my key focuses when I was doing my engineering. And well, if I still get an opportunity, I think I will try to get a job in Audi or BMW. These kind of logos can really fascinate us, you students. Sorry, I said us. Maybe I just went back to my college days. But that makes that difference. That makes that value. Your favorite brand you find as a customer, and you get skilled in this technology, and you might be a Porsche employee next year. The other fact which I would like to bring here is our partners. When it comes to Red Hat as a technology solutions company offering open source solutions, it also matters whom are we partnering with, so that we have a large customer base, and there could be many customers who would be associated with any of our partners who would be using Red Hat technology as well. So this would also strike a little sense of the penetration of Red Hat into the market. The partners we have ranges from the hardware, the software, the cloud, the application vendors in multiple sectors and aspects. So I think this also would make sense. Well, before I move to the next slide, I found a very interesting question in the Q&A while I was just watching the Q&A when Ramesh was presenting. There was a question about raising a doubt regarding the significance of Linux in the market, and I liked that justification which was put on the question there, saying that even though we have Linux in different flavors and distributions of it, we don't find Linux being used by the users. It's mostly Windows and Mac OS which you find. Now, I would like to bring in another aspect there to whoever has been having that question in your mind. Well, as a technology people, when you're getting trained as a technology person, in the form of the formal education like a BCA, BSc, engineering, and also getting certified with any technologies which you like in the computing world, in the IT world, we should not be thinking about users who use a handheld and access something. We should be pretty okay with a Windows operating system being used inside a laptop. That's not where we are destined to work. We have a lot of more critical job to be done in the IT world. We are not here to be desktop, of course, the users, the end users using a platform to reach a service. Like, let's say you use google.com, right? You may be using a Windows laptop for accessing google.com, but think about the other side. You should be focusing more on what happens in the backend, what happens in the servers, and think in those aspects, not about how an end user is accessing the technology. The real part of the technology happens in the backend. So, you have to find a job where you will be dealing with that kind of complexity and maybe not fixing a browser or using an operating system. And in that sense, if you look at it, Linux has got a very key presence in terms of the data center. So when you look at the market share of an operating system, you have to ignore safely the desktop market or the handheld device market or the mobile phone which you use. You should actually think of what is the percentage of an operating system market share inside the data center. And data center has changed, right? It's not a physical data center which is there today. It's more of a cloud-based infrastructure which is run by companies like Google or Amazon. And that is where the real computing happens. And we will have to look into that part of the technology world and find out which operating system is working. And then that's where you will find your interest in and you will find a job in. Coming back to Red Hat. So why do we exist? What is that we do? As a technology company, we focus on providing solutions to our customers. And when you look at the portfolio of products which Red Hat has, we focus on 3 areas where our customers face as a problem, and we try to solve each of these problems using our technologies and solutions we offer. One is the hybrid cloud infrastructure problem any company today would have. That could be a multinational bank, that could be a very conventional email service company, to a new startup. everybody would be looking for not just running their own hardware, their own software in their own private data center. Everybody would be looking for cloud, be it a private cloud, be it a fully public cloud installation of application, or even a hybrid cloud where a company owns its own data center. And also when the spike happens to the traffic, when number of requests to an application, I'm sure you can relate yourself to Amazon India, which is a shopping portal, right? And do you think that Amazon India runs from the desktop computers? No, not at all. They host their application, which you may access from your laptop's browser or which you possibly use from your mobile phone application. They all run on the cloud. So that's where the real computing application is running, right? So hybrid cloud infrastructure is one of the challenges any business, to what scale, no matter to what scale they belong to, they have that problem. Application development. Do you think that the applications which you develop in today's world runs from a physical computer alone? No. You think about any examples. You use a banking application. Let's say, for example, you use an SBI bank account and you have a YONO app. That's a cloud-based deployment of the application, and the application is deployed, and you need to have a client-side phone app which you install on your phone, and click of a few buttons on your phone, you access a lot of details like the cash transactions, the statements, etc. So these are all cloud native apps which are being developed. So the conventional development of application is a story long gone. It's kind of in the history now. We are trying to have applications built which is cloud native, which can work right on the cloud. And of course, when the deployment scale increases, it is humanly not possible for you to sit on a laptop and manage 100,000 servers, right? So you need to have a way or mechanism in which you could automate your application deployment. You could manage such a large scale deployment of systems, but using some easy way of managing it. And that's where IT automation comes into picture. So we are here to focus on three different problems of today's market or our customers. One is hybrid cloud. The other one is cloud native application being developed in a proper, meaningful, fast way, and also manage the infrastructure, manage the application at that large scale. So coming back to the point, right? Every business is digital today. Whatever examples you can think of, right? I gave examples of Amazon, Flipkart, or those large applications, the SBI, ICICI, Axis Bank applications. Even you come down to a normal, small, little application which you might get from a startup, that also is digital. And today, especially in the last 2 years, if you look at your schooling, your groceries, everybody has transformed digitally. And I think any business you run, digital part of your business, the information technology part of the business is very essential. I don't think today you can run any business without a bit of IT involved in it. That applies even to farming. I've seen people asking questions on what is the penetration of Linux in AI, in IoT, etc. Even in farming, you use these sensors, and then you collect a lot of information and then plan your crop, plan your harvest. So IT is there everywhere. So if you get skilled on IT, that doesn't mean that you are focusing yourself into IT companies alone. There are many opportunities which you have where IT is being applied. Okay, now it was too much of information for you, right? The kind of applications we have, the kind of solutions we solve for our problems, for our customers' problems, the kind of brands we are associated with in terms of partners, the kind of customers we have. I think we need to have a starting point. It should not be overwhelmingly too much of information for you. I can give you 3 basic starting points for you to start with. This is very much aligned with what Ramesh has been talking about, where we have a program called Red Hat Academy. The reason why we have a program like Red Hat Academy and partners like COSS, especially focusing on the internship and the academy business, is that we need to have the people start early, and you should be skilled, you should be ready for the job when you get into the job. If you ask me, Deepak has been saying that I manage a team as well. of consultants and instructors and examiners. I would also prefer people joining my team who are certified, who are ready to be on the job on day one. Well, day one is a bit of exaggeration, but maybe in a week's time, right? Say hi, hello to everyone, get used to the system and start working. I would definitely not prefer to train them for 6 months and then make them ready for the job. As Ramesh has mentioned, if you have a 68% versus a 62%, and the 62% holder in the university ranking has got the certifications and is certified to be job ready, why not pick that candidate rather than investing a lot of time and effort and money in a candidate who would have excelled very well in academic? Well, I'm not sidelining the significance of academics here, but then I'm also highlighting the point that along with your academic results or your professional qualification, I think it makes absolute sense to have a deadly combination of both. You're professionally you're qualified, and also at the same time you have enough skills to be job ready. Now, easy starting points in terms of Red Hat, and also the options which you have available in the Red Hat Academy program are these three technologies. Red Hat Enterprise Linux is the operating system which Red Hat offers to its customers. I think everybody on this call makes sense of what an operating system is. You install it onto your physical hardware, and then you have your operating system and you work on that operating system. Now, physical hardware can be replaced today with your virtual environment, which is the VMs, or even containers, or have an instance on the cloud and run your stuff from there. So Red Hat Enterprise Linux, no matter what kind of implementation you use, be it hardware, cloud, virtual, anywhere, it becomes the foundation or the platform for the technologies or the tools which you run. Now, coming to Red Hat OpenShift, this is the platform as a service solution available from Red Hat. I'm sure you would have heard about containers, right? So today, applications are made as containers. The conventional way of deploying applications is gone. Nobody talks about it, except for the legacy applications, which still needs to be maintained. Now, Red Hat OpenShift, you would have heard about Kubernetes, you would have heard about Docker. So you easily picturing, if you do not know much about Red Hat OpenShift, if you want to picture it easily, it's a combination of containers and Kubernetes put together, which is enterprise ready. And that's why Fortune 500 companies use Red Hat OpenShift as a solution rather than picking things from the open source community and using it for their production purposes. And yet another tool which you can start off with is solving the problem of managing a huge set of instructions manually executed and humanly not possible. Errors might creep in, and that is where automation comes into picture. And Red Hat has got something called Ansible automation platform, which helps in automating your physical hardware being deployed with operating systems, provisioning systems on the cloud, managing your virtual machines, deploying your applications, managing your applications, and things like that. So what I can think of is these are the three starting points, easy starting points for people who are still in the academy, who are getting to be job ready, right? So these are the three technologies which you could look into, which you could get started with. A few interesting observations on what makes Red Hat training an interesting aspect for our customers to employ somebody who is applying for a job, right? So IDC is a market research organization, and this is an independent survey. Red Hat has got nothing to do with it. So there was a question asked to multiple sized companies across different geographies, and this survey, which happened in 2020 December, Indian companies were also part of the survey, and there was an interesting observation that when the organization trains people on Red Hat training, this is basically the Red Hat technology using companies. The question was about how much would you save, and what is your interest in having trained professionals, Red Hat trained professionals working in your organization, and how much is that you would be saving? It was a whopping $43K US per employee, and that's a huge number, right? It's per employee. That itself goes to show why our partners and customers would be interested in having trained professionals on the job rather than rather than having untrained or unskilled people on the job. It makes sense for a company, for a business, to save dollars. Well, something which is highlighted in red is something which I would want your attention to first. So the IDC survey projects that organizations will create more than 500 million new applications globally by 2023. Can you imagine the number of applications being developed? Applications are just being, it never needs so much of time and planning, just like what it used to be building an application. Matter of minutes, matter of hours, you have your application production ready. Why? Because you have all these tools available which can quickly convert your code into a running container which is ready to be deployed on Amazon Cloud, right? And you just register a domain and your application is ready to go to serve your customers. That's the pace at which industry is going, and then you have to speed up to that. You have to be skilled up to that kind of opportunities which you have in the market. So another question was about what is the productivity increase which you find when you have trained employees or trained people working? And there was a 38% increase in developer productivity. When there is a comparison between trained and untrained professionals. That really is a good indicator why people would, or the companies would prefer having training imparted. Yet another question was about how effective your team is in deploying resources. Maybe this can be related very much to a DevOps kind of operations where you need to deploy your applications or deploy your systems in the cloud. 59% faster deployment of new IT resources. This is yet another interesting thing, right? On the right-hand side, if you look at, you have a blue bar and two red bars. Now the question is, how much time in weeks will an employee take to be job ready? I've said in my previous example, right? If I hire somebody, I would definitely want that person to be ready to go to the market maybe on day 2 itself. So with no Red Hat training, companies had to train people and take 15.3 weeks to get them into full productivity, versus somebody who had been trained on Red Hat technology after getting into the job. Okay, during the onboarding of that employee into the company, it took 6.8 weeks time to get them job ready. And if you look at the rightmost bar, somebody who has already been trained when they were hired, they were ready for the job in 3.7 weeks. And it makes absolute sense for a business. It makes absolute sense to spend less time. That's like 75 to 76% faster to have their employees ready and be on the job. And I would definitely prefer somebody who is trained already and then I hire them. So 76% faster job readiness when they are trained prior to onboarding, 55% faster job readiness when they are trained as part of the onboarding process. And interestingly, 8% longer tenure with a company. It makes sense, right? You stay longer with a company because you're happy with the job. So once you have the skills, I think you will have a better satisfaction doing that job. That's also a very key indicator when you get into a job. Now, coming to the cloud, multi-cloud container platform competitors and the different players you have in the market. So this is a Forrester study, and if you look at this chart, this graph, we have on the horizontal axis how strong the strategy is, and on the vertical axis how strong the current offering of this company is to solve the problem. The problem is the multi-container platforms, and the market presence is the size of the circle which you find. And if you look at Red Hat, IBM, you find them in the leaders space, stronger in strategy, stronger with the current solutions they offer to the market, and they have a greater market presence as well. And I'm very proud to see myself associated with somebody who is there in the leaders much beyond Google and Rancher and VMware in terms of multi-cloud container platform. So why take a pause and have a rethinking? If you want to have your skills with the leader in the multi-cloud container platform technology company, I think getting trained is the first step you take to be closer to be employed by one of the major brands which you find today. So Red Hat training will have a great importance and significance in increasing your competency with Red Hat OpenShift. I'm talking about Red Hat OpenShift here because I'm focusing on the multi-cloud container platform related conversation. You have 4 times more skill or competency in managing containers and 3 times increased competency in managing Kubernetes if you're taking a Red Hat training. Same goes with Ansible automation platform as well. So take the training and have improved productivity. So essentially it boils down to this point, right? Be skilled and be ready for the market. And with that message, I would like to say thank you and hand it back to Deepak.
I'm back. Great. You talked about Red Hat, you talked about company culture, technology, quite a lot of things. And I do see that it's been Friday evening. In corporate culture, okay, we actually step out for a beer, but I don't know what students do on Friday. So Amal, great job, enlightening our students to know what exactly Red Hat do on the technology space. At the same time, I always relate when I started my career, back in '98, and I stepped out of my home. I had nobody to tell what should I do, and I just followed few friends and got into open source, and then rest is history. And I know that okay, you have also done quite a lot on the open source community space. So I'll keep this next few minutes little open discussion with all of you, including the students, to make sure that okay, whatever you heard from Ramesh and Amal, if I have to package this entire thing in a 10 to 12 weeks program, right? It's like my 5 years initial struggle or learning, not having a guide and mentor, right? Because those early 2000 after the Y2K burst, and I don't know how many were born in those the students might not have been born at that time, but that time when we took longer to get into the technology, and today when we have so much of demand, and I see that okay, there are newspaper article Red Hat is writing that okay, they need junior engineers to be hired to the tune of 5,000. I do see GSIs saying okay, they are hiring in like TCS, Capgemini, so many other organizations are talking about hiring thousands of people. And if I have to package this entire thing in 10 to 12 weeks, and how that package would look like, I think that is where I'll spend few minutes. And Amal and Ramesh, please stay with me while I might talk about and I might need your help to reconfirm if my package is resonating to that what you guys have shared. Sounds okay? Perfect. So I'm sharing my screen, and team, don't get away because I'm just sharing my screen. So wait a minute. share the. Let me know if you can see my screen, right? Yes.
And it's coming up, and I can see it. Yes, we are good.
Here you go. So what I did, I took all that learning and packaged it into an academy program with help of Red Hat Academy. And as the CEO for a company like ProDevance and PD Cloud EX and Complete Open Source Solutions, which was my first academy organization, which we built on the name of open source. We were that passionate. So today I realize the job requirement, taking the freshers out of the academy and putting them onto the industry, it really needs some packaging, and that packaging is Leap Academy, and that is what I'm introducing, and that's the program which I'm talking about, 10 to 12 weeks. And this particular program is being tried, tested, proven by the previous interns, right? Okay, we have run this for last 4 years, and because of this program, because of Red Hat Academy, ProDevance as an organization got formed. I still remember the first set of interns I hired and got them into a bank project to do middleware automation using Ansible, which Amal talked about. And all these interns were trained on Ansible for a few weeks. Then we have actually put them onto the job. But prior to that, during their academy or during their college, they were Red Hat certified admin. That helped me. So I took Red Hat certified administrators, trained them on Ansible for a few weeks. Then they were deployed onto a bank in India, all 16 of them doing middleware automation or JBoss, WebSphere, WebLogic, Linux, AWS cloud automation. So this idea actually came from that particular program, which we call it as Leap 1.0. We did run this for every year twice, and that makes me more confident to hire more and more people, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about a little more about this program. So what it is, Red Hat Academy is a non-profit or not-to-profit academy program. The learning services which Ramesh and Amal represent, they actually prepare students with training and certification. And what I'm doing is I'm taking the academy, I'm taking your college, I'm taking the learning, training, and certification from Complete Open Source Solution and Red Hat and call this as the Leap Academy, where not to profit or not for profit, we have built an organization which can produce the engineers with the certain skill set on the job. That means it's not just training and certification. You also got project experience. You have got hands-on development experience, all the technical skills, which is open source, Red Hat, cloud, machine learning, and so on and so forth. That is what Leap Academy means. Okay, and it is all virtual. We don't do it on physical, environment anymore. But what we are expecting is, okay, you all should come and participate for that 12 weeks, so that what you get. So what you get is it's a virtual internship program where the first few weeks we train students by our trainers and mentors and the consultant who actually work on the project. They teach Red Hat system administration, which Ramesh and Amal talked about under this virtual internship program, right? And with that, what you get is hands-on system administration. And let me tell you, many people think that, okay, I actually learn C, C++, Java. why do I need to learn Linux administration? Please understand that, as Amal said, everywhere, or as Ramesh said, everywhere across the world, including your smartphone, Linux is the default de facto operating system. My son, who is just 10 years old, he play on 4 different Linux distribution, and he operate most of his classroom things on his desktop all by himself. So Linux is no more a skill which need to be learned only when you get a job, but it has to be learned during your academy, because operating system is everything in information technology. Now, how will you get that administration proficiency? Because when Prodevance hire you as a Linux administrator or cloud administrator, we look up to you who can actually administer my customer infrastructure. My customer is, few banks. My customer is few telcos. My customer is some global organization. And if you can talk to the alumni of Leap, they will all talk about how they transformed their life or career through this particular program. So the virtual internship program will give you the mentor, and what the mentor has to do. Many people say that, okay, trainer, that is absolutely fine, but why do I need a mentor? So it's a pure mentoring program where they help you to shape your career. They study your psychological thing, where they put you onto the situations where you have to learn, excel, and demonstrate. They will also help you on the role modeling. So we actually ask you to write the BR, the business requirement document. That's what exactly happens in the college. We ask you to write the user stories. We do idea generation in 1 week, right? So all your project, it has to be linked to this particular program, where you do the role play of a project manager, you do the role play of the database administrator, you do the role play of the Java programmer or the front-end programmer, you do the role play of the Python developer, you do the role play of the machine learning developer, you do the role play of all these roles under this internship program. But what is core is the Linux administration. That is what Red Hat, system administrator, program. So the students who actually go through this, I interacted, and I'll show you what they talk on the public, or they talk on the social media. They were actually thrilled by looking at this 2 hours a day, 12 weeks of fully packed 200 hours. So 200 hours you spend with the industry folks, and these are the team members from my company who will actually be either teaching you, mentoring you, or giving you a project where you have to demonstrate your skill. And Red Hat gives you this certificate when you are trained on a Red Hat track and certified on the Red Hat track. I got to know that if you have to be, the Red Hat certified engineer, where you actually land. So I interacted with these mentors. Okay, Chandra, he was my first or second Leap intern. Today he is a director in my company. He handles my Singapore business, close to $2 million worth business he manages, and he's just 25 years old. Okay, isn't that amazing to experience as an intern, sees the inclusive growth in my organization? Manoranjan is also a complete open source solution alumni. He's an associate solution architect, and Gaurav, he's associate solution architect. Susil, he has consumed the maximum of my Leap interns into Red Hat GPS, Global Professional Service. So that's the kind of power this particular academy program, and when we did the bridge the skill gap, it is actually delivering. So what are these technology we deal in those 12 weeks, right? Okay, what you get to learn. You get to learn Red Hat system administration. You get to learn OpenStack administration, OpenShift administration, or Kubernetes administration. Little bit of ETL, extract, transform, load, database administration, networking, in a cloud environment, Python, programming, data processing, data cleansing, applied machine learning. Wow. So just think that, okay, 12 weeks, it is structured in such a way that you get that hands-on, and it's not like, okay, you just listen to it. You have to perform. I'll show you where it actually helps. So I treat this as an island journey, right? What does that mean? What does it mean is, if you look at these island, you will first land by your mentor, along with your mentor, into the Linux island. Okay, and every island you will spend close to 2 weeks. Each island you will be learning certain things, right? So that means, okay, 2 weeks, 15 days, and each day 2 hours. That means around 30 hours you will be spending learning these stuff, exercising them for a real project. You must be seeing the last island is project delivery. It's not project development, it's deliver. That means at the end of 12 weeks, you have delivered a project. How? So you started your journey with the Linux, then you are shifted into the cloud, and cloud is something which Red Hat brings, OpenStack. If you know AWS, which Amal talk about, OpenStack is the open source infrastructure as a service of AWS. So what we do is we allow people to work on OpenStack, build an OpenStack cluster, and do the Linux administration on OpenStack. Exactly what you should be doing on AWS. So it is your choice. Okay, if you come and say that, okay, I want to try it out on AWS, you will get your AWS account, do the same thing on AWS. But if you want to do it on your laptop, so can you get AWS on your laptop free of cost? Yes, that is OpenStack. So Linux administration on OpenStack, which is the infrastructure as a service cloud. Then we will actually prepare you for Kubernetes. So your first learning is going to be Docker, your little of scripting, the how to create a sample code and package it, make it as a Docker container, then deploy that into the Kubernetes. Kubernetes is the de facto thing. All that 5G, connected car, AI, ML, whatever you see, all that digital experience you do at home, all that is Kubernetes based. You just do Google, okay, why Kubernetes is so much in demand, and that's what it actually gets you the highest income, which Amal also talked about. So you will go through that island for 2 weeks, then you will be stepping onto the DevOps. So you have learned Linux, you have learned cloud computing, you have learned Docker program, packaging the application, you have learned hosting a Kubernetes. You can do a Mcq, you can do OpenShift online, you can do KTS. So there are different Kubernetes, okay, which we will allow you to experience on your laptop. And after that, you are asked to actually act like a developer having ops knowledge. So first you gain ops knowledge, now you're a developer actually delivering a project for me. And these are the projects which ProDevans has earned in last 4 to 5 years. So we have done about 300, 400 plus projects in last 3 to 4 years time, right? Okay, and out of these projects, we will pick up the best one which is suitable for you, and we will ask you to do or work hands-on and deliver it. You want to see how these are delivered? If you can see my screen, can you see my screen still, Amal?
We can, yeah.
Okay, so this is a project which my last interns have done. And you must be surprising what is to do with Red Hat, because Red Hat is foundation. And this is what my last interns have done, and not just one. Each batch has done a different unique project. and we teach them productization, and they processed GBs of data in just 15 minutes using Python on Linux on the cloud. So will you be interested to do something? Because end of the day, what the customer want, the customer want that whether you know this stuff or not. If you know this stuff, that makes more sense than you are just learning, and you have no experience. Because when you go for job interview or when you go for the campus interview, they ask, have you really worked? So what you have worked, you will have to demonstrate. And this is what I have been talking in the media. Because I left my IT job after 18 years of working, 12 years in the banking. I realized that okay, skill shortage in India is actually an opportunity for me to become an entrepreneur. And I started a company, and we grew from few 10 12 member which we hired in the first internship, and now we are about 110 or 115 people, and I still need at least 100 in every year. So if no one is hiring you, I'm ready to hire. And this year we have hired about 30 interns. Okay, means we trained them, we gave them the internship, we also offered them, which they are starting this month. So I have been talking about it, and I would like to hear how many of you would like to see this as your career approach. And not necessary that you need to join me after your internship, right? After your Red Hat certification, after ProAdvance internship with Leap Academy, you may choose to join anywhere. But what we want is you need to be capable enough to join somewhere with the right, career. Which I, took at least 4 to 5 years getting onto the right career. Okay, I did experimented, which actually helped me. I'm very lucky, being on my path. But I want to take the shortest, and fastest route. So, can this code? If you are one of these college, you are already in the program. We have several other colleges who are actually signing up with Red Hat Academy. Please make sure you check with your college, because if you are part of the academy, you have the ID card, then only you can participate. And Red Hat gives you 50% discount in their training kit or certification kit. And ProAdvance want to sponsor most of your training expenses, most of, means almost 95% of the training expenses, because if I get you trained, you are certified, obviously at your cost is certification, then I'm ready to hire you. And with that, I don't know, Nitya, if I'm still, on the time, but I felt like, okay, I rushed a little bit, but I think I'm hopeful that students will ask question, or let me see if there are any questions, okay, which we all can answer. Nitya,
Yes.
over to you.
Deepak, thank you for your quick, crisp, and valuable input. I have tried to answer a few of the queries which have been flowing in the Q&A box during the session. Most of the queries are related to training, certification, how I will get into internship. We can keep that particular QR scan, this thing open so that people can scan and stay connected. While I am still, keeping this, forum open to ask, as these people already into a broadcasting mode, they may not be able to unmute and speak. However, they can post their questions to any of the speakers, especially they want to ask by name, or if it is a general question. If you ask me, I would request you, give a light on the internship program that we are, making from January onwards. We are all set to go for it. There is a definite timeline that we have decided, and we would like to see if at all our student fraternity are interested to participate. They should reach us. I have multiple times also posted my mail ID and telephone number. They can reach us in this regard what they need from us. In spite of we give generally, as a very matured training in the professionally managed organization. Sometimes we would like to hear from our student. There is always a kit which is there ready, but yes, we are ready to amend ourselves, tailor make ourselves and present them if they feel like yes, this is needed. That is what we did from leap 1.0 to leap 5.0. There is a team working towards it. We would like to give a professional service, assistant, guidance and mentorship to take this forward from here. I know I'm very thankful that within the timeline we are actually moving this session, and I would request all the participants. We have a quiz coming in very soon, and they need to if they have understood the particular session given by Ramesh, they would be able to give right answers. There are very simple questions, and they can get the goodies from us. Now, being a training manager, heading complete open source solution, what I need from the engineering colleges, our fresher student friends, is that make your decision a decision. Don't divert. Fix yourself and move from there. There are a lot of opportunities in IT. Wherever you go, you need to put your effort. Ramesh, I think rightly said, there are options. You need to compare. If I'm getting an options, where I stand in that option. Is there any better alternative? Can I choose that? Because once you move, you cannot stop yourself. A right direction will make you right there, and you three are the right examples. I know who all started with something else, and today where you are. That speaks volumes actually. Examples is more than enough to speak about something. I have also seen people, students basically in our lead program, which they were unable to speak few sentences during the introduction class. They are now leading in the projects. When I really talking to them, in last 1-2 years, I am seeing there is a change in their attitude towards work, getting cultured in the IT environment, and taking up challenges. I'm seeing people are, learning the way we were learning in our earlier days, and now there is a dramatic change. They are asking me, sir, I cannot stop myself learning even for a single day. You help me getting me new things. So that is what the whole idea is. This event has been organized for you people to make us aware and known what you want. In spite of a plate of full things, I want you to reach us, ask us, so that we can of better help to you. Our rest assured, our job, our intent, and our motive is to connect you through this Red Hat Academy program, to bridge the gap between education that you are taking and the industry that is needed. So with the punchline, I would open up for any questions if you have. You can put here, we will answer. I will take offline also. I would request, Anisha or Sabita madam, if we have that link, let's post it for the quiz. Thank you.
Savita, you're sharing the link for the quiz?
Yeah, but will we be answering the questions first? Because there are a lot of questions from students.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sabita, if you want, one of us will definitely answer.
I'll pick, there are a lot of them that we've answered also in the past 1 hour. However, quite a few have come in because they're really, really inquisitive about the internship program that you announced, Deepak. So
Okay.
I'll just pull out a few and read them, the ones which have not been answered by any of us. How can I join the Red Hat course and how can I join an internship?
Okay. Can I take that?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Okay. So what you need to do is I just sent a form and you need to apply because I felt that it has to be started somewhere, and we always encourage students not to waste time because time is money end of the day. And as soon as you finish your graduation, you should be hired by the top MNCs. So what you just need to do is you fill up this form. One of my team member will reach out to you, will help you, will talk to you, how you can enroll to this particular program where Red Hat has discounted before 31st of December. Red Hat has discounted, to the tune of 50% on their certification fee if you have the college ID and your college is an academy partner. We will bridge that gap. So you need not worry. You just need to provide your expression of interest. Nitya and team will reach out to you and bridge that gap. The second part is from 8th of January, you can start the internship in my company. We have offices in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mumbai, and Delhi. So you can walk into our, place, or you join the virtual internship program where the 12 weeks of uh, 5 island, which I talked about, right? You can experience, and it is absolutely sponsored by me and my team. This is what I feel like. Okay, it is my job to make sure that okay, we get you that experience and expertise. But definitely, it's a very serious program. So it is about 200 hours of investment. My mentors will do, and the Leap Academy will take care of that. So you can get in touch with them and they will handle the internship queries. Sabita?
About the fee structure for this certification. Sakshi, but yeah, so Sakshi, you will have to reach out to either COSS. I think Nitya has been putting out his email ID and his phone number. Please call him or reach out to him on an email to understand this more. Internship is available in Hyderabad. Karnapun, yes, internship is available in Hyderabad. Deepak just mentioned that to you. How much
Yes.
cost we have to pay? Karun Kumar, we are not clear what exactly are you referring to, whether it is the training, certification, internship. So if you could please clarify, we can pick up your question.
Yeah,
Next one,
but
can students?
Kavita,
Yeah.
sorry, I just want to clarify this because I know everybody must be thinking this loud. So Red Hat certification is a global certification. So globally, it's in thousands of dollars, but in India, it's being fully subsidized by Red Hat, and Amal's team, conduct these exams in January, February month. And what you need to do is you need to register before 31st of December to get that 50% discount, and might be it's less than 10,000 rupees, which that's what Nitya will clarify. Internship is a program which I sponsor. I need seriousness in people who can invest their 200 hours of time where they get trained for the same certification which Red Hat is giving. What does that mean is you get trained under the internship program, not just system administration, but a lot of other things, and you get certified with that 50% discount. So there are two parts. Internship is the training program or the model where you get to learn quite a lot of things. Every certification you do out of the internship, it is 50% subsidized. That is what you get it from Red Hat. So these are two components.
You are absolutely
The next
right.
one is, sorry, Nitya. Nitya, you wanted to add something?
No, ma'am.
Okay. The next question is from Amok Bharadwaj. Can students with, and this is a very valid one, can students with zero knowledge about any of the above topics take the internship?
I did respond to a similar question. I don't know whether I responded to Amol. I always expect people to speak and understand English and have some basic foundation knowledge of computer. I think as a attendee here, I'm sure okay, these two qualities you must be having. Rest, I think we will get to see how you grasp. 12 weeks is good enough for us to decide okay where in which island you will land and how you will launch your career.
Okay. Next question, I think I can answer it myself. Shashank Purohit asks, are there career opportunities as a fresher in Red Hat? Shashank, if you're talking about a fresher with Red Hat certification, yes, definitely. Because Ramesh spoke to you about hiring, people who are certified with Red Hat certification who are hired as interns in Red Hat. Yeah. So he just mentioned that.
Very recently, Times of India published, I don't recollect the date, but it's posted on my LinkedIn that Red Hat is hiring more than 5,000 fresh engineers. What does that mean? Is junior engineers between 0 to 3 years of experience, right? So yes, freshers are. I think I would say that in today's market, freshers are most in demand, competing with 5 years, 6 years, 8 years of experienced people, provided they have foundation knowledge. And foundation knowledge starts with Linux, and bit of programming, DevOps, and automation. So that's what is the career available for freshers.
Next one is from Omkar. Do you provide 6 months internship program? I'm sorry, in cloud computing.
Okay, so internship is what? Internship for me, it's a mentoring program where the trainer teaches you, engages you, but the mentor actually give you the challenging task which you can deliver. I would say 3 month, 12 week is good enough for us to extract maximum out of this program and make sure that we understand how capable you are. There are some time where we ask students to go back and rework on their study, what they have done, and because you do not get that continuous 6 months, right? So that's when you do 3 months, then 3 months. Otherwise, 3 months is good enough. But yes, if you want to do a 6 months internship, please understand that longer the internship, it also takes that much of time for you to be ready for your job. So try to keep your internship 3 months. But yes, if you insist, then you can take another 3 months and work on the projects. But remember, any organization offering internship, please do ask, will you be giving me a project which is helping on my career? And that is what my organization do.
Next one is from Aditya. Aditya asks, can we take a course if we have zero knowledge about its basics? Aditya, that's what we are telling you, that we will help you start off with the basics.
Exactly.
So yeah, you can be a graduate from any stream, not an engineer. You can be a BCom, BA, BSc, not science related graduate at all. Still you can pursue a Red Hat certification. That's what we were trying to tell you all this way.
Right.
The next one, I think, Deepak, you will have to take. Shivam asks, I am pursuing BTech in cybersecurity and forensic, and I'm working in this from last 7 years. Is it possible for me to get a job in Red Hat?
Okay, Red Hat would love to hire, or if not Red Hat, I would be love to hire if you have done cybersecurity, professionally trained. But please understand that what is cybersecurity, right? In India, most of the cybersecurity jobs definitely look at the system skills, because the cyber attack happens means they break into the system, they break into the network, they break into the security of an organization, right? So if you have a good understanding of system, network, security, data, like you understand how the break-in happens, and in our internship we do provide those toughest tasks even post internship. Before I take them onto the project, we do give at least 35 levels of cyber how to break into the system, because we want them to understand that okay, how they can protect the system. So it all depend on your skill, and that is why Linux, Python, Ansible, cloud knowledge is must for every cybersecurity person.
Next one is from Rajesh. So, Deepak, I think I have a lot of people waiting to get opportunities in prod events. Please reach
Yeah,
out to Nitya. Will be.
we keep on hiring. Means I'm on a journey where you get me as many talented people I'm ready to hire, and our CTCs range from the lowest we do is about 2.4 lakh, and the highest we go. I think to take it on record, okay, we have people who earn 80 lakh, CTC as well.
Okay,
So
all
it
ears
all
open.
depends.
So, to the students who are
It
listening
all
to this,
depends what skills you bring. Okay, and we don't look at CGPA. We do not look at your backlog. What we look at is people who bring that energy to the floor, and a great fundamental understanding of Linux or cloud. If you have that, then you are most welcome.
lot of questions still pouring in. Will this internship program have any monetary cost to the students?
I personally feel like intern sponsoring is something which I wanted to do to bridge the skill gap, but at the same time, I have told my team that they need to be sensible enough when they are dealing with the students, so that they understand that okay, for a competitive exam and you fill a form and you pay 500 rupees as a registration fee. So yes, I think it's about 3,000 rupees, which they charge. And when we hire, we actually refund. And in my company, all the training and certifications are given free, but not during the internship, only after they get hired. So during the internship, there is a basic fee which they have to pay to bring that seriousness, so that they spend 200 hours for 12 weeks.
Okay, that answers the question. Next question, there is somebody who is offering to be employed at your organization again, Deepak. How can I become a senior Red Hat administrator in your organization? I want to see myself in your organization
I
at a responsible position.
I'll quickly answer. If you all can take a picture of this, what I am sharing, that will help you immensely how you can be an architect. Okay, so let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? So this is the roadmap which I have created for all my interns to become an architect. Okay, so take a picture, put it where you spend the maximum time, and that's what we do during the internship. Hope that answers your question, but please do take a picture. And that's the roadmap I allow most of my employees to follow when they come through the internship route.
Okay, while you can actually respond to the answers, I think I will start off with the quiz because we are already at the top of the hour. So while I
Thank you.
continue with the quiz, you can probably type out the answers from where I have stopped. All right. So let me start sharing my screen in case Nitya has something to say before I take over the quiz.
Nothing, ma'am. I really, from my bottom of my heart, thank you all of the speakers, participants, well-wishers who could make this event such a wonderful event. We will be looking forward such events in the series of in the coming future. There are many more things coming from Red Hat also with respect to the learning, training, lab practice and all. Stay tuned. That is what I can say. Do connect to us. We will be, uh, very pleasured and humble to help you all on this, journey of open source. So, over to Madam, please, if you can put this quiz. If we are dot on the time, I think within 2 minutes we would like to wind up this session. Thank you all for this wonderful evening. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you.
Okay, let me take over and share my screen because the quiz is not going to be a link that is going to be pasted. It is actually going to be a live quiz. So
Yeah,
can I
that
get
is
a confirmation that my screen is visible?
Yes.
All right. Now I am pasting a link in the chat so all of you can click on that link and join the quiz. Okay. And in case people are trying to join in through by opening a different tab on your devices in which you have logged in, then you have to type in www.menti.com, MENTI.com, and use the code that is visible on your screen as we speak, 59746664. So please open a different tab on any of your devices that you're using. Type www.menti.com, MENTI.com, and use the code 59746664. At some point in time, you will be asked your name. I request all of you to fill in your correct name because then we will be able to identify you and send out your goodies to you. The top 10 people who are going to get get the maximum number of points. Now there's a point system over here, so it's not like you not just have to get the answer correctly, but you have to answer it quickly as well. So you have to be quick in your answers, and that's when you'll be able to get the maximum number of points, and that's how you will appear on the leaderboard, and we'll know who are the top 10 people answering correctly as well as quickly. So as we speak, I have about 90. Okay, we crossed 100. So considering that we are about 270 people on the platform right now, I suppose we can give a couple of seconds more for more people to join in.
Yes.
Please look at your screen. You will have to type www.menti.com, enter the code that is visible to you, 59746664, and you're good to go. And then you will be able to see the same screen which you're seeing right now. Okay, the last, I think, 2 hours. Yeah, we started at 6, it's 8 now, past 10 minutes past 8. You've been listening to a lot of information. You've been listening to a lot of inputs. Yes, you are all excited about, getting into a career and, getting your certifications, add-on certifications, doing internship and all of that. Now let's see of whatever you have been listening, how much you have understood and how much you've assimilated. All right. Maybe a couple of the questions on the quiz will give the answers to the questions on your mind as well. I will not wait some more. We just get on to the quiz. We will move over to the first question. We are going to be having 10 questions, and this will be the first question. Okay. Which of the below statements is true for Red Hat as an organization? So Red Hat is from induction, Red Hat is an enterprise company. Red Hat is a community to enterprise company. Red Hat is an enterprise to community company. Red Hat is a pure Linux company. What type of an organization or what organization is Red Hat? Ramesh spoke about this when he started his presentation. Mixed bag of answers. 48 of you have got it right. We are a community to enterprise company. Let's see the leaderboard. Okay, I see a lot of names which are not the real names. Okay, please change your names and put the correct names. I know Hula Hoop and Brand the Broken cannot be the right names. I request all of you to put your correct names so that you will be able to get your goodies. Moving over to the second question. Learning Services offers certification exam in which all methods mentioned below. Prometric Center exam, kiosk and remote exam, classroom exam, kiosk and remote exam, classroom exam, Prometric Center exam and kiosk exam, classroom exam and remote exam. Which one of these is the right choice? And we have the right kind of exams. Last few seconds left. Time is up. "70 of you got it right. It's classroom exam, kiosk exam, and remote exam. Let's see if people have corrected their names. Yes. Okay. We have Simoni Deep Reddy followed by Nancy, and third position is Amog Bharadwaj. Moving on to the next question. Question 3 of 10. Red Hat Linux operating system is closed source operating system, disk operating system, open source operating system, mobile operating system. So the answers are coming in like, rain that quickly. Ooh, 173 right answer. It's an open source operating system. Okay, what does the leaderboard look like? Okay, Simoni Deep Reddy and Nancy retain the first and second position. Ajit is on the third position. Going ahead, fourth question. Students with below graduation or degree are preferred to attend Red Hat training and certification. BTech, engineering with CSE, ECE or ME, BSc, CS, BCA, MCA, BCom, BA, Polytechnic, ITI, any of the above. I think I mentioned this sometime during the Q&A. And of course, Ramesh has covered it during the presentation. Last few seconds. Yes, any of the above is the correct answer. People from any stream can take up Red Hat training and get their certifications. Okay, Nancy is in the first position, followed by Amog and Ajit. Moving over to the next question, question 5. Red Hat Academy is an association between Red Hat and college to bridge the gap between education and industry. True or false? What is an Red Hat Academy, if you all can remember? I have got most of the answers, just waiting for the TikTok to end. Okay. Time's up. Yes, 211 of you got it right. Does the leaderboard change now? Let's wait and see. No. Moving over to the next question. 6 of 10. Answer quickly, get more points. Which of the below is not a benefit of being a RHA? Students get 50% discount on certification exams. Students will get training participation certificate from Red Hat. Instructors get 50% discount on certification exams. Student will get free courseware in HTML format. Which of the below is not a benefit of being a RHA? Think, tick tock, tick tock. Okay, time is up. Okay, this looks like a mixed bag. All right, instructors don't get 50% discount on certification exams in an RHA. Does the leaderboard change? I suppose so. Yes. Ajit is on top, followed by Bharat and Sarthak. Moving over to the next question. 7 of 10. Every Red Hat certification exam duration is 1.5 hours, 1 hour, 3 to 4 hours, 8 hours. How long does a Red Hat certification exam take place for? Yes, 3 to 4 hours. Okay. Now does it change? Ajit, Bharat, Sarthak are retaining their positions. Amog and Nancy, you guys need to buck up. 8th question. Red Hat certification exams has multiple choice questions. Is it true or false? Red Hat certification exams has multiple choice questions. True or false? It's false. We do not have multiple choice questions, and Ramesh gave that with a classic example of breakdowns. Okay, Ajit on top, followed by Sarthak and Shubham. Okay, Amog and Nancy, please buck up. 9th question. RHCSA stands for Red Hat Certified Security Associate, Red Hat Certified System Architect, Red Hat Certified System Administrator, Red Hat Complementary Services Associate. What does RHCSA stands for? This is your first step into Red Hat world of certifications. So what does it stand for? Yes, it is Red Hat Certified System Administrator. A lot of you have got it right. Now, does the leaderboard change? Let's wait and see. Ajit retains the top position, followed by Shubham and Sarthak. Okay, the last question, last chance to get maximum points. If a student achieves RHCSA and RHCE, he can pursue career opportunity as a data scientist, solution architect, system admin, DevOps specialist, IoT expert, any of the above. You achieve 2 certifications, and where can you go? Which direction can you take is basically what the question is asking you about. Time is up. Yes, guys, if you have these 2 certifications, you can go in any of this direction. Alrighty, final leaderboard. The top 10 scorers are going to get goodies from Red Hat. Let's see who has the maximum points. Ajit Narayanak has got the highest number of points, followed by Shubham, Sarthak Mishra, Bharat Kumar, Rohit Kumar, Aditya, Yash Jain, and Vishwas and Amog. Congratulations to all of you. You can wait for your goodies, and I think COSS will reach out to you with regard to that. Thank you so much for participating in the quiz. I really had fun running it for you. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Over to you, Deepak.
Thank you. I think it's been a long day for many of us. I'm sure even the students would have started early a day. So I would like to thank all the participants who actively participated during the quiz. And being very attentive. That's what it demonstrated. Thank you, Ramesh, for being with us throughout the event. It was definitely, a very successful event with 500 plus students appearing, in one such event. We'd like to conduct more such, event and workshops in future with help of Red Hat. I'd like to thank Amal, getting his precious time out and being the speaker. And would like to thank Anis, for being with us, all the time for the academy or promoting the Red Hat Academy. Savita, great job on hosting and making sure that we got the right content and we got this executed so nicely with your expertise. Thank you, Nitya. As always, great job and looking forward you invite us in future.
Thanks, Deepak. Thanks, all of you. Have a great day and great evening. Bye-bye.
Sign off.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Exactly. Happy Friday, folks. Bye-bye.